Hey, it's Sunday the 13th of July. I thought I'd do a little update what's going on. As you can see, I'm working on my roof here, trying to straighten it out. We're going to put a metal roof on. These shingles are finished, and I pushed it for 2 years, and I thought, right, I've got to really get this done. Sort of doing it on my own. My friend Jerry's given us a few hints and tips. The roof's pretty bent, warped a bit. I'm not too bothered about that. It's strong enough, because inside when we lifted up the ceiling, on the rafters there, we busted them out with some big timbers all the way along, so they're nice and thick and strong. But the roof was already bent, so we couldn't really do much, and I said I'd do it later. Well, today's the day. I'm going to put a metal roof on it this time. I did this 15 years ago, and these shingles were supposed to last 25 years, but in the direct sunlight, they haven't got a chance. They just curl up, and they're a bitch to walk on. They're really slippy. So you can perhaps see down at the bottom there, I've got a double plank. So, you know, you've got something sensible to walk on. I've got scaffolding, but I can't get it between the container and the building. It's too wide. Never mind. Anyway, I haven't got enough long enough. By the time I mess about with it, it's a waste of time. As you can see up here, I had some solar panels, solar tubes. I took them down. Waste of time. They only work in summer. You see, I don't know if you can see over here on the trees and stuff, but in winter time, we don't see the sun at midday because it disappears behind the trees. We only get it you see the sun in summer. So therefore the solar panels weren't working very well at all. And we put them on the roof, we got the angle correct, but there's just too many trees everywhere. I would put them on the, if I was going to do them again, I'd put them on the ground so you can maintain them pretty easily. Doing them on a roof in winter when you've got 2 foot of snow, trying to clear the snow off, is a waste of time. You don't get much out of them anyway, because there's not much sunlight there anyway. It's bright, but just not enough to heat up the solar tubes. So yeah, bad mistake. Yeah, metal roof's the way to go. But it is taking some time. My bloody legs are like jelly, up and down this roof. Man, it's too much. But it has to be done, and I have to do it on my own. So I've been sort of working on a morning, you know, before the sun really gets up and gets too hot. I just had I've got a little meat thermometer out here on the deck. It's showing at the moment, when the sun's behind a cloud, 38 degrees today. What was it, 28 in the shade. Oh, high humidity, it's 88% humidity. So I've got Jeremy coming down tomorrow to do a transfer case. And he's bringing down a Disco 2 steering box, because I want to have a look inside one and see if there's any parts that are familiar with the old original Ad West. That might be interesting. But like I say, I've got to press on and get this bloody roof done. Oh, if you wonder why I left the original shingles on, these things, you know, why I didn't take them off. Well, the simple reason was that, like today, we'll probably get a thunderstorm and it'll rain. If I took the shingles off, there's nothing underneath it, so we would get wet. So this is why I've got to do it now. So if it rains, I'm still protected. I'm trying to buy some time until I get the steel roof. Like I say, this is an old building. It was built in 1960, so it's a year older than me. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's 1960. So it's a year older than me, and whoever built it didn't really care all that much. You know, like there was a lot of ice dams when I first came here. Well, when I first came here, there was just a shingle roof on, and we used to get a lot of ice built up in the gutters and the edge of the roof. It's what's called ice dams. I'll do a little diagram, you know, to show you approximately what it is. But a rule of thumb is that the attic temperature should be the same as the ambient temperature, so the outside air should be the same temperature as the inside air. And the reason is that this is why we've got little soffits under here, perforated. They're like that to stop insects getting in, but also allow air. Now when I came here, I never knew anything about this. And like I say, we used to get lots and lots of ice up here because warm air, warm air goes up into the attic. It can't get out. So what it does is it melts the snow on the roof to water, and where it comes to this cold spot here, and then it freezes and builds back up, and it bugs up all the shingles. So the thing is, you've got to get rid of as much warm air as possible. So over the years I've been doing a lot of insulation. I think I've got about, I don't know, 6, 12, maybe 18 inches of insulation in that attic. So there's not so much air escaping, but any little bit is too much. So now I don't really get ice dams, but to prevent it even further, and while I'm doing this, a vent there and a vent there, and that's that job. Cut that stench pipe down, extend it to go inside that vent, so there's another potential leak there, so we don't want that. Yeah, working on this roof in this heat is just absolutely mind-blowing. My legs are knackered, so I'm going to have the rest of the day off. As I say, I just moved that. I didn't have enough caulking, so I just quickly put some spray foam around the joints, because it'll probably have a thunderstorm this afternoon. Yeah, I've got a little bit more work to do. And that's it. But you see, the original vent on the roof over there was pathetic. It just was horrible. But we put these little ones in here, and these are better. And also, they've got a mesh inside to stop insects or squirrels and anything like that getting in. So that's all right. But like I say, going off that diagram that I've put up, you've got to get, even if you've got your attic insulated, you've got to get as much warm air out as possible, because it'll melt the snow, form an ice dam, and then it can bust up under your tiles and leak into your building, so you don't want that. So that is about it.